Hello, Facebook. Welcome back to I Got My Miracle. We are coming to you live from beautiful Guanacaste, Costa Rica, from Rythmia Life Advancement Center. And it has been another magical week. So, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Big time.
Yeah. So this week was really beautiful, as all of the weeks, and we are preparing for Taita to come this week coming up. Mm-hmm. So yeah, just let a few more people hop on. As you guys start to join, feel free to tell us if you've been to Rythmia before, and please tell us where you're joining from. And if you're on your way here, then come on, we're waiting for you. If you have any questions about anything, you can always go to our website, or you can call this number and speak to someone. Hi, Lisa Carol, how are you? Toby says, I was in the week before, best week of my life.
Oh,
we know that feeling.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So welcome, everyone. Welcome back to Facebook Live. I Got My Miracle. So happy to see everyone joining us. Yeah. Hi, Laura. Yeah. Okay, so my name is Lindsay, and I'm so happy to be here with Phyllis. And welcome.
Thank you.
It's been a beautiful week.
It's been an amazing week. Amazing.
Yeah. Hi, Patty from Ontario. Come on, Patty. We would love to have you.
Yeah. Another Canadian.
We have a lot of Canadians here. You guys are all very nice.
Yes, we need more Montrealers to come here.
Yeah.
We're trying to get the Montrealers to come and get their miracle.
Well, they'll see your light shining so bright, and they'll all be on their way.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
From Athens, Greece. Hi,
wow.
Stella. Yeah.
Stella, Yasu. I have a Greek Montrealer here. You've got to come. You've got to come. Yeah, you've got to run here. Don't walk, run.
Fly.
Yeah, you're going to wish you had done it much sooner.
Yeah, so we have people joining us from all over the world.
Greece.
All walks of life, every single week, all ages.
That's right. That's right. That's been one of the most amazing things, was to see how many beautiful young people in their 20s. Many, as 5 or 6, are 19 years old, and just amazing. They're so lucky to be coming here sooner rather than later and waiting to be as old as me. It's just beautiful. I'm just so hopeful when I see that, and as many men as there are women, which, you know, in most situations like this, it's the girls are here and the boys are not present, but this was really life affirming and very, very hopeful for them individually and us collectively, and for the world to spread this positive, loving message.
Absolutely. And a lot of families. There were a few mother and daughters here.
Yes.
And quite a few people that had been here before.
Yeah, many people that had been here before, more than once.
Yeah. Speaking of been here before, hi, Jennifer Sedini. She's one of our favorites. She comes often. She was actually one of our guest speakers this week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, so welcome, you guys. So this is I Got My Miracle, and we are going to talk all about Phyllis's miracles this week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So welcome again.
Thank you.
And as you mentioned a few moments ago, you're from Montreal, where the weather's a little bit different than it is here.
Yes, it's -7 degrees and snowing. So I'm really happy to be in this warmth.
It feels nice with the sun.
Yeah. The environment is so also is a factor. You have this comfort of being in this beautiful environment. So all of those issues fade away and allow you to just focus on what you came to do.
It begins to feel like home, even after just a few days, right?
Yeah, well, it's my 3rd time in Costa Rica. I love this country. So I knew that there was something special going on here from the first time I came. And it's not my last.
I have a feeling there'll be more than just 3 times.
Oh yes, oh yes. Well, I will return, but this will be my destination. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
This will be where I land.
Yes. Yeah, she says, I am working on it. I can't wait to come.
Is she from Montreal?
She was from Greece.
Oh,
from Morocco.
Ella.
Yeah, beautiful. So you got here on last Sunday.
Yes.
And how was it from the time that you booked, when you called the number and booked your trip? Did you notice synchronicities start to happen?
Oh yeah. Well, first of all, the whole booking process is so gentle and stress-free in terms of, pick your week, and if life happens and you can't, nobody's holding your money from you, and you don't have to panic and you don't have to worry, and like all of that was just so warm and inviting, and removes that sort of skepticism that we are, unfortunately, we accumulate that skepticism as a protection, and we lose our trust in certain things. And so that was a sign for me that, that there's comfort here.
Yeah.
And I booked November the 10th, and I was here November 24th.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
oh yeah.
you just got right on it. I
Oh,
love that.
because when it crossed my path, I knew that this is what I had to do. I was at that place where I was seeking and looking for answers, and I've been meditating for over 20 years, and I still do. But life's situations just got to a place where it wasn't enough. It was an excellent tool, but there was more that I needed. And everybody puts down Facebook and da-da-da-da-da, but it was really Facebook. When I saw it being sort of forwarded by two people that I know, I was curious. And when I began to read and find out about it, I had been spoken to about ayahuasca about 4 years ago by a friend whose adult children had gone to Peru and had transformations. I don't know where they went, if it was in the jungle or a resort, but they were literally transformed for the better. So that reference point was a positive one for me. So when I began to read about Rythmia, it wasn't totally foreign.
Right.
And then when I heard Jerry's story, I said, if Jerry can get his heart back, I can mend mine and heal mine as well. And so it was on that. Because he's so relatable. He's so, can't imagine having a worse life than him, his choices. I'm not coming from that same place. I'm coming from a place of trauma, abuse of many kinds that were buried, that I thought I had dealt with, that I thought I was going to be fine with. And it just kept rearing its ugly head, and I didn't really understand what more to do. Traditional therapy just was not doing the trick at all.
Yeah.
And it was really, truly my love for my children that made me continue to be tenacious in finding my joy again. Because I wasn't always like this. I was a joyous, optimistic, energetic, happy person. And I want to find that woman again, and I found her big time.
Well, you're called here. We're so happy you answered that call.
Yeah. And the student is ready.
The teacher appears.
Yeah. And endless synchronicities, endless signs along the way, which if you're paying attention, you see them and they have meaning for you, and they lead you authentically to where you need to be. Yeah.
It's beautiful that you were awakened enough to pay attention to that and to get here. So you arrived, and whenever you got to the airport, you got to meet some fellow people that were on their way here too.
Yeah.
How's that?
That's been, I have goosebumps. So you get into this, little minivan like all the hotels have, and you're seated and you're waiting another 5 minutes because they're waiting for a couple more people that are due. And so the first two sat down, and then the next two and myself. And this group of 2, 4, 6 are the original 6 that we sort of, we connected there. We were all like, we don't know what's going on. A couple of people had done ayahuasca, but not here. And so it's a 1 hour drive. So we had lots of time to, get to know each other. Where are you from? What do you do? What's your story? And throughout the week, I think I've met just about everybody. But this special group, somehow we would find each other at the same table, or we would look around and there we were, 4 of the 6 would be there. And it happened again today at the end of JJ's beautiful talk, where we were standing around. All of a sudden, well, there was 5 out of the 6. One is missing, but we'll get that picture taken as well before tomorrow. And every single one of us has been blessed with the miracle of reconnecting with our heart and our souls and being whole again.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So you guys arrived, and then you got to go through the check-in process,
which is very smooth. Got our little packages with our little schedules, and so every single detail and beyond has been thought of here. It's absolutely amazing. You can't do that if it's not coming from your heart. You know, you can put together any event. This is not an event. This is people showing genuine, authentic love for their brothers and sisters and wanting the world to heal, because we're in not a good place right now, and yet I believe it's that the tide will change, and we're part of that change.
Yeah, well, you guys keep showing up and going back, and so healing the world. One person at a time.
Exactly, at a quantum level. That's how it happens.
Absolutely.
Just like nature, right?
We are nature.
Yeah.
So after you got checked in, you got to go to your room, and then you got to go to breath work.
Yes.
So the ceremony of the breath.
Yes.
How was that?
It was not foreign to me. I've been doing yoga since my daughter is 2 years old, and now she's a yoga teacher.
Cool.
So yoga and breathing, all kinds of different breathings, and I thought, oh well, this is just another form of breathing, and so I fell right into it, and it's wonderful. It's
very powerful.
Very powerful. Very, very powerful. Yes, absolutely.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So then you got to have some dinner and get some sleep before Monday.
Delicious food.
Yeah. Amazing food.
Amazing
here.
food.
Thanks to Meg, who does all of our recipes.
Yeah, organic, and I haven't had bread all week, and I don't miss it. I haven't had cheese, except for a little bit of feta. And the food is so fresh and so delicious, and I haven't had sugar all week. I'm fine. I'm great. I haven't had coffee. I don't miss it. The rooms are super comfortable, super clean. Every single person here, every staff member on every level is just part of a team that all they want to do is make you as comfortable as you possibly can be for you to reach your goal and your destination.
I just want to say that if you guys happen to have any questions, feel free to ask, and we'll go through these at the end. Hi, Christian. Hi, Ivan, Tammy. So happy to see everyone joining. So then after the wonderful breakfast on Monday, then you got to go to the opening talk with JJ.
Oh my God. I'm in love with that man. I'm so in love with that man. He knows it. He is just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful soul. Funny. I mean, the way he weaves and tells a story just captures your attention, and you feel the authenticity. I mean, he's brilliant. He's brilliant. He's really, literally brilliant. He shines in his mind and his heart. And he cares, and he loves what he does, and it shows like everybody else here. That was fascinating.
We love going to his classes. They're always very entertaining. So then Monday night, got to go to ceremony, your first plant medicine ceremony. How are you feeling leading up to it?
Well, I'm a curious person by nature. I love new experiences. But I arrived with skepticism and my insecurities and my doubts about whether, this is actually going to work for me. Your ego wants you to think, well, it's going to work for everybody else in this room but me, right? But that quickly faded and drifted away, and I just allowed myself to immerse. And I said, look, you spent money you've got here. It's now or never. I mean, it's not going to be next week or tomorrow. It's now. You've got to get into it now. So don't waste the precious gift. So just this support from everybody.
Yeah.
And slowly but surely, hour by hour, day after day, coming to realize that we're different, we're individual, and yet we're really all the same inside. You know, we all bleed the same, our heart beats the same, we hurt from the same things. And so it just became more and more powerful that 60 complete and total strangers can come together, share honestly, and find commonality where you realize it's not just me, you know, and you think your suffering is great until you hear somebody else's and you say, look, we're all here to heal. So call your pain whatever it is. It's yours and it's valid.
Yeah.
And you're here to heal you and I'm here to heal me. But together we support each other in such a beautiful way.
Yeah, so trauma is trauma and it's relative, right? And
That's
so
right.
everyone meets here at Rythmia on a soul level.
Yes.
And we all come in as strangers, and by the end of the week,
We're
brothers
family.
and sisters.
Oh, absolutely. And not in the corny way, in the authentic,
Yeah.
real, genuine way. Absolutely.
So Monday night Christian ceremony.
Oh, yes. You're beautiful Christian. You're beautiful Christian.
Yeah. So you got to go into that.
Yeah.
And how was that? What did you think about that? We started with the rapé.
Yeah. I didn't know about the rapé.
So it's a beautiful medicine.
It's a beautiful medicine. And it's done with so much, the whole ceremony is done with so much respect, so much detail, so much care is put in. Everything is explained patiently and lovingly, and everybody looks you straight in the eyes. And for a long time in the last few years, I had difficulty just staring into somebody's eyes, just like what we're doing right now. I never could have done that. I would blink or look away, or I couldn't continue. And actually it was Brad, those big eyes. Woo, he just, you know, that he didn't say it with words.
Yeah.
But I understand now that the message I was getting from him was, you too will soon be able to open your eyes big and wide and look straight into somebody's soul, and they will look back at you and there'll be no fear.
You can't see until you see.
No.
Yeah.
He lets you see.
Brad.
Yeah. He's wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Everyone's wonderful.
And so after the rapé, we all prepared to take the medicine.
That's right.
And then how was that? How was your experience?
I felt like I was in our own little jungle, in our own little tropical rainforest, and with the shamans and I love different cultures. I come from multiple cultures, and I love people in different cultures, and so I just allowed myself. I was able to relate and connect to it, and the music spoke to me, and I love to dance, and I haven't in a while. And I don't know, I just said, you know what, I'm doing this. I'm just going to allow myself to experience the intelligence of another community, another part of the world, another tradition, because those from the traditions I've explored so far had not brought me what I was seeking. And somehow I felt I was at the right place. I really did.
And the medicine is such a beautiful, intelligent energy.
Yes.
She knows exactly what
Yes.
each individual needs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
It's
the
brilliant.
miracles started to happen.
Yes. We, with the 3 precepts that we have, I had no preconceived. I wanted to reconnect with who I truly am, or who I have become, right? And who I had become was not who I am.
Yeah.
And I didn't recognize who I had become. And I wanted to find my heart that I knew was in there, buried, bruised, I think by the time I got here, it was fractured. It wasn't totally broken, but there was a severe fracture in it with many, many accumulated bruises. But it kept beating for me, and yeah. So that was the first night. Was really, you know, looking at who I had become, and so, you know, clearing all of that sadness away. You know, expressing the pain of that, releasing it, rather than, you know, it wasn't serving me well. You know, you know, some people say our body's our temple. For me, it's like your home. So there's many rooms, and you take your tragedies and you shove them in the basement in a box where you don't see them every day because you have to get on with life. But they're still down there, and they're rotting, and they're, you know, seeping into other areas of your life in the most passive way, and yet they're there. And when you take the time to focus within and go to those corners and find them, acknowledge them, name them, and release them, they have no power over you anymore.
So not holding on to that.
Yeah.
And allowing the emotions and the feeling and the energy to come up, to feel it, so it can be released.
Right.
To express it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I, to be honest, never had trouble expressing the feeling. But then it was, but what do I do about it? You know, like, how do I heal myself? The tears alone were not enough. It was a very good start, and I think that it should not be looked upon negatively when someone cries and expresses their emotions and their feelings. They're not a sign of weakness. They're in fact a sign of tremendous strength,
absolutely,
and love, to want to care enough to help yourself and to empower yourself, and to feel entitled to happiness and to joy and to laughter, and return to a place where tears are appropriate in certain situations, and that the percentages of, you know, should your joy should increase, your laughter should increase, your happiness should increase.
And when we're going through those times of sadness or whatever it might be that brings up tears, and we release it in the moment, and don't shove it down in the basement, or don't try to hold on to it or suppress it, then that goes away, and there is more joy, there is more laughter, there is more compassion and kindness, not only for ourselves, but for everyone else.
Absolutely.
It becomes such a beautiful thing to share.
Absolutely.
So,
but this is about the stuff in the basement.
Yeah.
We deal with the stuff on the first floor,
Of course.
right? But it's really the stuff that's in the basement.
And that's what this plant medicine does.
Yeah, she goes and finds wherever it's hiding and says, "You can't hide from Mama."
Yeah.
She knows. Mama knows.
Mama knows.
Mama
I always say
knows.
Mama
Mama
knows.
That's so true.
Yeah. Well, is there anything else about Monday night you would like to share?
You know, I did make some notes. So it's like so much information that I know that I've restarted journaling again, and that's my intention to continue, and to just write in general.
Beautiful.
Something that I used to do when I was in my late teens, writing poetry, and I'd like to return to that as a form of creative expression. And so I didn't want to spend my time writing. I wanted to spend more time in the feeling and the experience, with the confidence that everything that's important about Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday that I need will surface. It's either already on my notes that are here and there. I put notes on my phone in writing, and I know through all of our dialogues. I mean, every time we have a dialogue with one of our new friends, so you're listening to, you know, whoever you're listening to story, and it reminds you of something in you, and you go, "Oh, me too," and this and that, or it pops open something you forgot about by virtue of mirroring this their experience, you know. And so in a moment like that, you have time to go and write it down and explore it later.
And that will continue to happen after you go home. You know, everything, all the lessons, these realizations, they will keep coming.
Mhm.
So you just keep writing.
Yeah. Oh, I have no doubt. I really have no doubt about that. And the ongoing community that we form on Facebook, so that, these 60 beautiful people. I just realized something. 60 people this week?
I think so.
Yeah. So I'm turning 60 in 2020,
Ah,
and I was born in 1960.
beautiful.
And 2020 is the year of seeing things through 2020 vision.
There is no mistake.
No,
in
no,
being
no.
Here this
Oh,
week.
no. Mother Nature is brilliant.
Yeah.
The universe is wonderful.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it was like an acknowledgement that my suffering was not in vain and it wasn't for nothing. They were all lessons and things that I needed to see. And much of it is difficult, but any surgery is difficult,
It's all divinely perfect
Yeah.
because every single thing led you to this moment
Everything.
right here.
Everything.
And if anything would have been different, then it wouldn't be the
No.
same.
No,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be my journey, it wouldn't be my story. So yeah.
And we're so glad that you're here this
Oh,
week. What a beautiful way to go into 2020.
Yes,
To go into
yes,
the 60.
yes.
Now you have all these
That's
new
right.
family
That's
members.
Right. That's right. And originally I was, there was an opening for January the 5th, and I thought, oh, I can't wait that long. I can't wait that long. And then I flipped it over and I said, well, you know what? Symbolically, it'll be the beginning of a new year, and I'll start my year that way. And then by the time I called back, well, the spot was gone. So yeah. So I said, well, the old classic, it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
So I waited. I said to Daniel, I said, do you mind, or Jordan, I said, do you mind if I call in a few days to see if there's a cancellation, because life happens? And she said, sure, no problem. And I called, and this spot was available. So this time I put my deposit down and I said, I'm going to work backwards. Commit the spot and then work out all of the details. And once again, the universe, the things that I was worried about work-wise being affected, just all fell beautifully into place and allowed me to be here. And I don't regret a moment of it. Yeah, except how poorly I packed, because it was like I was fleeing. It was like I couldn't get here fast enough, and it really didn't matter what clothing I brought as long as I had clothing.
Once you're here, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely not. Not that we're naked, don't we?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Monday was amazing.
Monday was amazing.
Let's go to Tuesday.
Okay.
So Tuesday was Brad's ceremony, which is another beautiful ceremony.
Yeah.
Going deeper with Brad.
Beautiful bread. And so at this point now, it's like everything else. Okay, I know the place, I know the people, I know the routine or the sequence of it. So my ego was satisfied with that. All of her questions were answered, and so she took a back seat. She took a back seat and said, all right, I'll leave you alone now. Do what you have to do. And so then I was, with that removed, I was able to go even deeper. I allowed myself to go even deeper. And, when we say, things come and they go, right? And it's like in Buddhism, things arise and they fall. So once again, I had that reference point. It wasn't a foreign concept to me. It's just some things you know and some things you do, right? So it's knowing and doing, not just knowing. And sometimes we fall off that path, but we still always know it, and we always know where to go back and
We just have to remember.
Yeah, exactly. And I think your heart reminds you that it's time to remember again. We're not fully out of the woods just yet. So, yeah. So that was a whole other experience, and I felt like imagine people move to a different country with a different culture, whatever. They make efforts to immerse themselves into the food, into the sights that they see, into their music, like to really understand. And so I took it like that. I'm in this new culture, and I'm going to embrace it, and I'm gonna, make this week an amazing week. And I just went right into it.
So you surrendered to it.
Oh yeah. That was critical. Actually, the trust and the surrender came between Monday. It was on Monday I had prepared to really do everything I could to trust and to surrender. So the trust began, but the true surrender only came, I think, on Tuesday.
Okay.
At that point, I had both. I had the trust, I had the surrender, I had been shown who I had become And I absolutely wanted to merge with my soul at all costs, because it had cost me already a tremendous amount of life, of years, of you know, I wasn't giving any more of that precious time away. And so it was like, you know, whatever needed to be done, I was ready to do it. I was ready to do it. And medicine is not supposed to taste good. It's not candy. It's medicine for a reason, you know? Because if it was sugary, it would fool you into thinking that it was just a piece of candy.
Right.
This is, the bitterness reminds you of the bitterness you've acquired in your life. And you want to get back to that sweetness on your own.
Yeah. And that's what the medicine helps you
Yeah.
do. It helps you heal yourself.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. And so you merged back with your soul.
I merged back with my soul.
And
I feel amazing.
Yeah.
I feel amazing. Yeah. Yeah. But you know, it's like everything, you know, anywhere, if you were to bruise yourself or break a limb, as you're healing, you're not quite ready to get back into your running shoes and go running a 10K race, right? You have to respect the healing process. Whether surgery in a hospital, we respect those instructions with no hesitation. Doctor said I have to do this and I can't do this and I mustn't this and I mustn't that. This is the same thing. Yeah, I'm not fully, I'm healing. My wounds are slowly healing, but I know that they are, and I've given them what they need. And I've armed myself with the post-op follow-up, what I need to do to continue to care for, And so, yeah, that's
so beautiful. Yeah, so merging back with your soul is one of the intentions that we have here, that the moon actually gave Jerry for us. And it is such a beautiful process. Yeah. And so Tuesday night was Brad's night, and then Wednesday night was Sarah, ladies' night.
Oh,
the
sweet
night
Sarah.
of
Sweet
divine
Sarah
feminine. She's amazing.
Yeah.
She's an angel.
She is. She's my godmother. I asked her, she said, it's fine with her. She's my fairy godmother. She, brought me such comfort and such wisdom when I was feeling intense sorrow. And but it was like sorrow and revelation. So there were times where I was crying because I was healing, and crying because I was joyous that I was healing, and just finding the confidence that we're gonna get out of the woods. And I had Mother Ayahuasca talking to me, telling me just beautiful things, just comforting that everything was going to be fine, and finding my confidence. She shared a secret with me, but because it's a secret, I've told Sarah, and I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah. And if it manifests, it'll manifest. Yeah. And it's not a special secret just for me. It's a special secret for everyone to have.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So, going through these ceremonies and having all these revelations and having so many knowings and seeing the light and seeing with new eyes and feeling with new hands and walking with new feet
and breathing with new lungs, like my hands were vibrating, telling me, you need to get back to doing creative, fun things that I've put that aside. We have the feminine and the masculine in us, and when you have been alone as long as I have, you play those double roles all the time, and living in the society that we do with the stresses, you tend to lean too much on the masculine and you forget your feminine side. And it's the same with, our brothers. They're too much on the masculine and not enough on the feminine, or maybe even the reverse for them. But the important thing is you be you, but you have those two things in you, and you have two hemispheres of the brain, which control the opposite sides.
It's nice
So-
to find that balance and
Yes.
to bring it
Yes.
back into
Yes.
balance.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my feet, I mean, in the last couple of years, I've broken 3 toes. I had never broken a single toe my whole life. And I was asking, what does it mean? And my interpretation is to watch my step, watch which foot I'm placing in what direction. That these injuries happened because I was going too quickly.
Slow down.
Yeah, slow down and just, find your center, find your power, put your crown, put your pineapple back on your head.
Yeah.
And
Walk
that was
with
the thing.
Yeah, walk with intention.
Yeah.
And yes,
Since I got here, without ever meeting Sarah, every single day that I've been here, I never eat breakfast at home. I would have my bulletproof coffee, and I was good till 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. And I was gravitating every single morning towards pineapple. That's all I wanted was pineapple. And to put sweet pineapple on my lips, and to try to just have sweet words come out of my mouth. And so when she said pineapple to me, I said, whoa, I'm on my way. I've been eating and ingesting the sweetness of
be like a
pineapple.
sweet pineapple and wear that crown.
Yes, tall, and don't let it fall.
Yeah, and every time you look in the mirror, straighten your crown.
Absolutely.
That's beautiful. I love that.
Yeah. So wise, such a wise woman. Such a wise woman.
That's our you.
Oh, thank you. That's our you.
Thank you.
Yeah, lots of wisdom here. Shared wisdom.
Yeah.
Everybody gives it up. It's no point in keeping it. You have to share it.
Yeah, Sarah always says love is free. Like, spend it. Why save it? It's the same thing with wisdom.
Yeah, and I've been, that's one of my things I've been saying for years. It always tastes sweeter when you share it.
It does.
Yeah, everything tastes sweeter when you share it.
Yeah. Wow, what a beautiful ladies' night.
Oh, yes,
And
yes.
the music,
And the music, oh, how I love the percussion, the harmonica, the bells. I want those bells. And then I thought, I said to Brian, if I get those bells, my neighbors downstairs are not going to be very happy. Those beautiful bells around the ankle. But all of the feathers and the beadwork and just everything from that culture you see is meditative.
It's all done with prayer.
Yeah.
All of the necklaces and the bracelets, all of these are made from the visions, and each and every bead is a prayer. So it's for protection and with so much meaning.
Each and every bead?
Each and every bead is a prayer.
There's hundreds of beads here.
Yeah, and some of the necklaces are like really big, but they all have meaning.
Wow, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
absolutely. And if you've been to Rythmia, you know that we have them in Luna. And if you're coming, you'll probably want to have a few. You can take them home and put them on your altar.
And what is it that they do before? Do they do just meditation or ayahuasca before to get their inspiration for the design? And
a lot of it comes after the yahe ceremonies.
okay.
The weavers weave their visions.
Yes, they get their vision and
Absolutely. So speaking of yahe, how was Thursday?
Woof. Well, there's
Mitra.
Oh boy! I mean, what a wise,
the walking heart.
Yeah, and he, like JJ, the humor. I mean, for me, I need a man that can laugh, that can make me laugh. I mean, and he says it in the sweetest, coolest kind of way. His little jokes that he puts in, but you feel wisdom. You feel his love, you feel all of the work that he's done and that he's paying forward. This is all about paying forward, This is 5,000 years old, the Buddhism is 5,000 years old, and it's the same intention, is to pay it forward, to make it for someone else to come. So Tito, like I knew he was like, the kahuna's coming, and it's like, at this point, we're enjoying the parties, and for me, it was like, I know it's the last one, and suddenly I don't want it to end. Not that the process is easy, but I knew that the rewards would be there, greater and greater, and built upon the previous 3 days. The knowledge, the wisdom, the body being prepared more and more to clean further, to go deeper, to bring greater understanding. And so I was full on ready, and you know, with JJ, when we learned about the metrodromes, how we all sync. Well, by Thursday, these 60 beautiful metrodromes were all, you know, in sync like that. And then when the music begins and you start to rock your soul, you just, you know, rock your soul, and your heart comes along, your body is set free, and just, you know, you're just dancing in the most beautiful way, and walking outside to take a little bit of fresh air, take a 5-minute break, look up at a million stars. And just, I mean, spectacular, just spectacular. And you know, the other interesting thing on all the nights was how quickly the time went by. Like, if you were to say to anybody else, you're going to be in a meeting from 5:30 until midnight, and it's going to go by like this, possible. But this did. And so the last night, when we went to the morning,
you got to see the sun.
And the sun. I mean, I was sitting facing Tito, so the light with the windows. I mean, this building is just perfectly designed. So you have all the beautiful trees behind him, and the sun is rising. And so the light is coming through the empty spaces of the trees, and you're realizing, oh my God, like, is it really 7 o'clock in the morning already? And yes, it was like an all-night rave that I've never been to, that I'm raving about now.
Yeah. It's a beautiful, beautiful area of healing.
Yeah.
And to close it up with the healing circles after, you know, starting at 7:30, coming and seeing the sunrise. Did you feel like everything came together with the healing circles when they got you guys?
Everything. That was such an important aspect. It wasn't like, okay, you did your process and then you're running off to your room. We gathered as a community together, and we shared our experiences, and we comforted each other, and we applauded each other, and we cried together, and we laughed together, and we supported each other, and we shared our deepest, darkest, most painful secrets with complete and total strangers, with complete and total abandonment. I mean, whoever spoke, I didn't hold back. They just every day shared a little bit more, and became freer and more in touch with their heart and their soul.
And so many miracles. Just miracle after miracle, people being shown who they've become, merging back with their souls, healing their hearts, and so much beyond that. You know, whatever your intention is, like, she meets you there, but also gives you exactly what you need.
That's right.
And having Mitra close up the week and hold such a beautiful space for everyone, and seeing the sunrise, and then, you know, he really gives everything in the closing circle with listening and understanding and explaining. That what a beautiful ceremony of 4 days, but really one big ceremony, because everything from the yoga, the food, the meditation, the breath work, the cleanses, I mean, the spa, every single thing.
Everything, the spa, the massages. There wasn't a single person. I only had my massage yesterday, so I waited. I just wanted to be in the right headspace and between the cleanses and everything. So, but day by day, as people were coming out of massages, nobody asked, oh, who gave you your massage? Every single person said, oh, it was amazing. Oh, it was amazing. And at one point I said, who was it? She said, oh, I don't even know. It doesn't really matter. All of them are amazing. All of them are amazing. So that was great. That was wonderful. I haven't done the mud yet.
Well, today is your day.
Today is Monday.
And it's nice and sunny outside.
Yeah, but I also have my second cleanse that I haven't done, so
perfect.
And I'll get it done. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and so you're heading back home tomorrow?
No, I'm actually flying home on Monday. There was no flights on Sunday, and I don't know, but I also wanted to, I didn't want to miss a single thing on Sunday.
Yeah.
So rather than get bogged down with exactly what time are we doing this, I just said, you know what, I want to have the complete Sunday there, and then I'll fly home on Monday.
Amazing.
So now that I know that the day is ending early tomorrow, well, this is what I needed to go to the beach, because I need to go to the ocean. I need to put my feet in the sand And as a matter of fact, Tamarindo Beach is where I went to with my daughter for a day of surfing when we were here a few years ago. So I know that beautiful little village and the beach, and I'm going to get that day. I did my work here, and I'm rewarding myself. Yeah.
Ocean cleanse,
Yes.
some intention and
Yes.
some gratitude.
Yes.
I love
Yes.
that.
Yes.
So
Yes.
wonderful.
And fly on Monday.
So what would you say is something that has really been the most change that you're going to take back into your life? Besides the writing, of course.
The feeling and the confidence that I have healed my heart. Yeah, I've healed my heart. I've reconnected with my soul. I'm blessed that my body is well. And with those three things, I will achieve whatever my heart desires.
And you did a lot of work on your throat chakra.
Yes. I developed an autoimmune disease called Hashimoto's, which is this autoimmune disease, for lack of a better word, attacks the thyroid. The thyroid becomes the victim of this autoimmune disease, let's put it that way. And that causes fatigue, weight gain, depression, constipation, hair loss, insomnia, and excessive fatigue. So could you imagine you're so exhausted that you can't fall asleep? So I did, once I felt, wow, I've healed my heart, I've healed my lungs, I have brand new hands, I have brand new feet. So my hands just slowly just wandered up, and I found myself just working on this as a chakra rather than an organ necessarily. And I know that it's my voice.
Yeah.
And it's my voice that has been repressed since I was a very little girl. It was, girls don't do that. Boys do that. Don't speak. Don't talk. Don't express yourself. Don't, just listen. And I rebelled. I always rebelled against that. I just could never understand why. So eventually it manifested itself here as a symbol to alert me that I'm entitled to my voice. I'm entitled. And it's all connected to my heart. It's all connected to my heart.
Now you just speak your truth from your heart space.
I always have, but now I will speak it sweeter. Yeah, with less pain. Right? Because when you're in pain, it's hard to be so sweet all the time. Or a lot of times we suffer from pretending to be okay, and pretending as a result to be sweet. And the fake it till you make it only goes a certain degree with me, because I know deep in my heart, I'm just doing this because, I have to show up. And I have to say, look, I wasn't like an unproductive, I was a walking, functioning, depressed situation that still felt joy at times, but I was so weak from all of the wounds that eventually, there's only, and I would try to focus on the Chinese expression, fall down 7, get up 8.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, I was on number 88 at this point, and I was going, that's all good and fine, but it's not working right now. And so I just said, why not? If I have her hand in mine to assist me to help with all of this. So this was also ask for what you need. You don't have to do everything by yourself. So find your voice again, and the right people will come in front of your path.
I love that.
Yeah. Oh, I have to tell you something. On the last night was the night that Jerry was there.
Yeah.
Okay. So for the first night, I go to my same little mattress, my little island. The second night, I go back to my same exact spot. The third night, I came a little bit later. I come in, my island is sold.
Yeah.
Somebody else is sitting on it. So I faced that immediate little disappointment, and then I said, all right, pick up your boots and find another place. So I find another beautiful, beautiful place. The fourth night, my instinct is, go check out your first place. And there it was waiting for me. So I get all set up, and I look over my shoulder, and where Johnny was sitting for 3 nights, no Johnny.
Jerry.
No Johnny, Jerry. And all of a sudden, when we were asked to set your intention, and I asked for my purpose, I remember very early on in the process, I said, Mama, I want what he's having. Like in the movie when Harry met Sally.
Yeah. Love that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said, I want what he's having. She said, fine, I got some of that. And just amazing, just amazing. I mean, Jerry is, for me, Saint Jerry, because really, what he has done here is beyond altruism, beyond altruism, if there is such a thing.
So much gratitude for
Yeah.
Jerry for creating Rythmia.
And look what his suffering brought us.
Yeah. A place to heal
yeah.
and feel.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
And we're so glad that you came. I want to ask you something else.
Mhm.
So if there's someone that's like thinking about coming to Rythmia,
Stop thinking.
but they're not really sure, or they're nervous or scared.
There is an endless amount of people that will speak to you, answer every single question that you may have. Like I said, sometimes you have to take, you have to take a leap of faith.
Yeah.
And I think when you become desperate enough, you're more open, because you say to yourself, look, it's not like I hadn't tried anything else. I have. I tried conventional ways. I've never taken antidepressants. It's not for me. I knew that wasn't what I needed. It wasn't that kind of depression for me. So what I say is, follow your heart, get the information, find a week that works for you, book it, knowing that you'll get your refund back if it doesn't work out. Nobody wants to force you here. They want you to come like this, not like this.
Yeah.
It's just magnificent, and for me that's how it happened. It was just this spontaneous. It's now. I have to do it now, and I had things to work out. I had commitments at home, work-wise, that because the intention was so pure and genuine, the universe conspired with me and made it all happen.
It works that way.
Yeah.
We see it week after week.
Yeah, when it's genuine.
All it takes is making the phone call and really wanting to come and to do the work.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is. It's work, but it is so worth it.
Yeah. Well, you gotta work.
Yeah.
Gotta work at something, so why not?
This is the best work you'll ever do.
That I've ever done.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's see if anyone else has anything to say. I went to Rythmia with my wife 18 months ago. Yeah. So many people. Hi, Zen. Hi, Ria. Yeah. Hi, Connie. So many familiar faces and names. Yeah. Well, you guys, thank you so much for joining us. Phyllis.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. What an honor, really.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
You guys, we'll be back next Saturday, same time, from beautiful, sunny Guanacaste, Costa Rica, and we hope to see you here.
Pura vida.
Yeah, pura vida. If you guys have any questions, feel free to call this number, and one of our amazing people that are working in the Malibu office will answer all of your questions. So with so much love, have a wonderful weekend, and we will talk to you soon. Ciao.